All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to class today. Um, we are going to start on our backs with a chest opener. So if you have a yoga blanket, there's the short end of it and the long end of it. Just take your long end and fold it in thirds and then lay it up toward the top of your mat. Now, some of you might need a little extra pillow or something just to put under your head, especially if you lay down and your chin is really high up. And we're going to have the blanket at the ribs, the low rib line, not on the lower back. So go ahead and come on down and get settled. I wanted to read something before I lay down. Oh, and have a strap near you that you can get to without having to come back up again. If you, by the way, if you lay on this blanket and it doesn't feel good at all, just take it out. Just and lay on the floor or spread the blanket thinner so that it doesn't feel irritating. Because I want this to feel really comfy. The arms are going to come out to your sides. The palms are face up. And I grabbed one of my great books of poems from Donna Faulds called Go In and In. And this one, just so simple. And it's called Walk Slowly. It takes, it only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still. And just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. And with that, just feel that in your body. And think of the number of times that you rush, that you do things in a hurry instead of just pausing and taking a deep breath and just taking in what's happening in your body in the moment. And so, here, laying over the blanket, if that's what you chose to do, your legs can be bent or your legs can be straight. If you're feeling any sensation in your lower back, scoot yourself down so that you are so that your lower back is further away from the blanket, so there's less and less curve there if it's bothering you at all. And with your eyes closed, just take a nice deep breath in and out. Start to soften the jaw and the belly. And know that there is just nothing else you have to do right now. Imagine that each breath feeds your nervous system and allows it to heal. Shoulders heavy, jaw soft. And then inhale to the count of 4. Pause at the top. Exhale, count to 4. Pause at the bottom. Inhale 4. Pause. Exhale 4 and pause. Keep that going, inhaling for 4, pausing, exhaling for 4. Two more rounds. If your legs are straight, go ahead and bend the knees. Place your feet on the floor. Lift your hips just a little bit. Really lengthen your tailbone, lengthen the lower back, and then set the hips back down. Take both arms to cactus arms. Elbows are right outside your shoulders. The elbows are bent. Please don't make this hard. If it hurts, then change it. You can also do T position if you have the space for it. But keep the chin level and take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. And then just take the right arm and reach it a little further away. My right arm is kind of diagonally out, but over, over at a diagonal, like the far corner of the room. And feel the stretch in the chest. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel free to move the arm a little bit, one way or the other. Allowing the chest to open, allowing the pectoral muscles, the chest muscles to stretch. And then bring the right arm back to cactus or T, or even down a little bit. Just see what feels good to you. And then shift the left arm so that it is reaching overhead a little bit, but still out at the side, so still diagonal. And just pause. Don't make it overreach. Just let the muscle stretch. The chest muscles, the pectoral muscles, the one of the attachments is right at the bicep. And so we don't think that the arm and the chest are necessarily tied together, but they are. Breathe. Maybe move the left arm a little bit more one way or the other. Just experiment. And then bring it down to the side. Take both hands behind your head. So not the neck, but the very base of the head, as if you were just going to snuggle the back of the head into your back of your fingers. And let the elbows go heavy to the sides. Don't pull them down. Just let it be heavy. If this is too much, then undo the hand. Big deep breath, everybody. Really working to stretch the chest muscles, open the heart, stretch the muscle attachments along the sternum, the chest bone. And then only if you're still okay, plant the feet, the legs or hips, or the knees or hips width apart. Tone the low belly in, lift the hips just until the hips are even with your blanket. If you're not using a blanket, just lift those hips an inch or two. Hold here, let the arms be heavy, the elbows are heavy out to the side. We're lengthening the tailbone toward the legs. Breathe. And then very slowly lower those hips. Let go of the arms. Bring both knees to your chest. And then roll the knees to one side. Ooh, and just pause there at your side. And when you're ready, press all the way up to a seat. So you've got that little rounded blanket. Feel free to scoot it down a little on your mat or over on your mat and sit on it. You'd have to turn it sideways to make it the most comfortable. Ooh. And kind of just sit for a moment and notice how you feel, right? Especially through this area of the chest, the collarbones. Where is it? And then roll the shoulders a bit. Following the breath. Take the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Take the palms of your hands to your thighs. Don't press down too much, but just put a little pressure on the thighs and keep the shoulders really pressing up toward your ears. And then soften the elbows, bend the elbows, soften the shoulders, let it come down. Oh, and just kind of notice, right? It's almost like an exhale. Everything softens down without force. Let's do that one more time. Take the shoulders up, press into the thighs very gently, especially if your knees are high, everybody. And just kind of scrunch it all up without pain. Take an inhale. And then just bend the elbows. As you exhale, as the elbows get heavy. Good. Just one arm, take it up. Press it over to the side and reach. And then these outside rib muscles, push them in a little bit, just a little. And come up, release, hand goes back to your lap. Take the arm up. Just lean to the side and then stretch over and draw those outside ribs in just a little. It's a little tuck in. And breathe and release. Both arms to cactus, or sorry, to T position. Take both hands to your shoulders. If they don't easily touch, again, don't worry, just get somewhere in approximately in that range and squeeze the elbows back, but don't overdo and notice if the head comes forward. So keep the chest lifted, keep the elbows level, and just press it back a little bit and then tap the elbows. And open, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, open and exhale. Open the elbows, extend the arms, turn the palms forward, press the arms back against the wall behind you. And then tap the fingers, open up, tap the fingers. Two more. Just working with a little bit of chest opening today. Good. And squeeze. We got one left here. And squeeze, open, turn the palms up, tap, and then turn the palms down to tap the floor. Reach up, turn out, and down. Two more. Just kind of notice how's that feeling in the shoulders, the neck, the arms, and let go. And just roll those shoulders again, everybody. Whew, good. Take that blanket out if you're sitting on it. Straighten the legs, take the feet wide. Lean back on the hands, but don't sink your chest. Keep it lifted and windshield wiper those legs. So you can take the legs truly as wide or as narrow as you want, depending on how this feels. Yep, so you're rolling right over those glute muscles, maybe into the hip a little bit. The next time those knees are to the left, go ahead and pause. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. You're going to let go of that back hand, stack your knees, and breathe. So you're kind of your side, you're basically on your side, right? you're on that side hip. And if it gets too tender, you let me know or just come on off. Keep the knees together, but lift the top and close. Open. For some, this is just going to be a little too tender on that hip joint. So don't worry if you're not there, or grab your blanket real quick. We're only doing 2 more. Open, close, open, and close. Good. Now take that knee back where it was. Lift that back arm, reach it across, and then softly grab a rope to pull it back. Good. Breathe and softly pull back that imaginary rope. Opening up the chest. Last one. Breathe and let go. Take that hand behind. Let's reset the legs. Take them wide. Give it a little windshield wiper. Right, just depends on what's happening with your body. The next time those knees are over to your right, just pause. Notice that, right? We've got this nice little twist, stack the knees, but stay on that hip. This hand can be there for support or not. You're gonna lift and lower the top leg, lift and squeeze. So you're just kind of working in the hip area a little bit. And 4, we got 1 left. And 5. Good. And then lift, drop that knee back, reach with the left arm and pull back into a twist. So reach and pull. Right, so we're loosening up all the stuck stuff in the shoulders, in the waist. Good. Last one, pull it back and then just let go. Take those legs back out where they were. Take your arms, elbows to your knees. And then I'm just kind of holding on to the fingers, no big deal there. Reach the chest forward and pull back on the arms. And then just kind of sink back. So it's a weird little cat-cow. So pull back on the arms to lift the chest. And then allow yourself to round. The head can drop. Just 2 more. Reach and pull. Let it go. Last one. Pull, pull, pull. And let that go. Release that. Baddha Konasana. Feel free to grab that blanket again, especially if the knees are up high. The absolute best thing you can do is get the hips up a little higher. Another option would be, of course, just putting blocks under the knees. But you're really almost better off putting that block under your butt and letting those knees drop, or your blanket. All right, feet are together. They're not way up here in the groin. Keep it soft again. Lift up tall. You can hang on to ankles or knees, and then just reach your chest through and then round it back. It's not a big movement here, everybody. Pull and reach through. Exhale, let it go. 2 more. And gone. Last one. And let go. Come back to a neutral. The hands go behind you. Press into the hands to again lift the chest. You might find this makes your Baddha Konasana a little more accessible, right? A little easier. And then bring the knees together and open. And in, because we never work on just one thing, right? In these yoga classes. It's a shoulder day, not really. And out. 1 more, squeeze in and out. Leave that where it is. Take just your right leg and extend it out. You can take this other foot and bring it in if that feels better. And take a block under your knee if that feels better. You can walk the foot out. You can extend both if it is just too much, okay, for your knee. I get it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, it's a swan dive. Careful here. Take the hands to the floor. Again, be mindful of the back. So, and be mindful of what's happening with that extended leg. The foot is flexed. The knee should be pointing straight up toward the ceiling. And just maybe wiggle. What would happen if we just wiggled? What would we discover, right? For me, I can feel the inner hamstring muscle having a lovely conversation with me when I'm wiggling, especially to the opposite side. It's like, oh, there it is. That baby's tight. Come back to the middle. Hold here. You can drop to elbows only if your body allows that. Don't force it, please. Relax your jaw, relax your belly, and then press up. Inhale, both arms. Take the same side arm down to the leg and do a very gentle side bend. Watch the tension with the head and the neck. And breathe. Both arms up. Opposite side, hand down, and stretch as if you could reach the arm as far away from that leg as possible. And up. Exhale, let go. Hands come behind, lift the chest, lean back, Baddha Konasana. Here we are again. Bring the knees in and out, in, out. Just two more. Move in these joints, everybody. Good. Last one. Open those knees up. You're going to take your left, my right, out to the side. Adjust the other leg as you need to so it doesn't feel funky. And you'll know, right? Like if my leg's out here, it feels funky in my hip mostly. Don't like it. So for me, bringing the foot in is better. For you, it might be bringing it further or cushioning it with a block or a blanket or something. Inhale. We know funky. We do. We know what that means. All right, hands down. Don't go so low. Do a little wiggle. Just shift some. Hamstring muscles, there's three of them, an outer, a middle, and an inner. And depending on what's going on with your body, one of them can be way more tight than the other. For me, both of my medial hamstrings, the inner hamstring muscles are way tighter than the other. Breathe. Amazing. And then come to center only if you want. You can take it to elbows or keep the arms straight. Try not to over round here, everybody. And then use the breath. Press back up into your hands. Whoo, good. Inhale, take the arms up. That left hand, same side hand goes to the leg. The other arm comes up. I'm going to keep this one up higher. Some of you know I've been dealing with a little left shoulder issue. Feels a little crunchy, so I'm going to keep it higher. And both arms up. Exhale, other side. Fingertips to foot, further apart. And take it up, everybody. Exhale, let go. Good. You're going to need your strap, so just take the feet wide, both of them. Grab your strap. If it's in a loop, your strap's probably long enough. You don't really need a loop. And again, I just realized it's going to be easier if you bring the feet in and then extend out. So you can either do a loop, which is fine, or you can just hold on to both ends. Yep. Can you go wider there, sis? And then take the shoulders up, roll them back and down so that the shoulder blades are down your back, and then turn the palms face up. So we've just externally rotated those shoulders. And sit up really tall, really tall. If you had a wall behind you, the back of your head, your shoulders, and your sacrum might be touching that wall. Feel free to close the eyes. So I'm giving that strap a good pull. I'm keeping the legs pressed out on purpose. Big deep breath. And then just simply pull on your strap to bring those legs together. Flex the feet, hold the strap in either side of your hand, turn the palms face up, and then pull the strap back so that your elbows press back behind you. Lift your chest. Think of that wall behind you, that imaginary wall. Maybe it's your shoulders, the back of your head, and your hips that are touching that wall. And release fully. Whew. Well done, everybody. You can set your strap aside. Your block should be up at the top of your mat. And feel free to take that blanket, unroll it, and put it on your mat just so your knees stay happier. So we're coming onto our knees, table pose. And then walk the hands forward and come into a really gentle puppy stretch. So for me, my forehead is on the floor, and even maybe take the elbows to the floor, which is not something I normally do, but so a little less strain to the shoulder joint. Elbows are on the floor, the hands straight out from the elbows, the forehead resting. But you're in a little bit of a back bend here, right? Because you are anteriorly rotating that hip, or you're tilting the pelvis. Breathe. And then push into the arms, lift the elbows, take the torso forward, and find yourself in a relative half plank. So the butt flattens. Yep, so sis, you have to walk your hands forward and lengthen your back so that your butt comes down. Yep, breathe, everybody. Again, I like bending my knees. That feels better on my knees. Tone the belly in. Lengthen the tailbone. Think about what we did on the blanket where we lifted the hips, but then lengthen the tailbone. All right, keep the knees where they are. Keep the hands where they are. See if it works. Drop back into a puppy. Elbows are either up or down. Either one is okay. Forehead to the floor if it easily reaches. If it doesn't, don't do it. Push into the hands. Take the torso forward. Find yourself in half plank. And breathe. So what are we doing in half plank, everybody? One, your pubic bone to the belly button so that the lower back is nice and long. The hands press into the mat. The shoulders draw down. Breathe. All right, one more. Trying to keep stuff where it is. Reach back, stretch through the shoulders, the arms. Take a really deep breath here. Expand through the side ribs. And then push into the hands and take it forward. Easy, easy. Try not to drop the head, but don't overlift either. It's kind of think about the back of the head being against the back wall, that back of the wall again, right? That idea of keeping the spine in alignment. And then release, just walk those hands back. Press into your hands and find downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, go ahead and pedal out your feet. Go slow when you do this, by the way, this pedal, so that the Achilles and the calf muscles can stretch. If you go too fast, the body will just protect. All the way up to tippy toes, all the way down to your knees, and child's pose or anything else that feels good. If you're in child's pose, by the way, and your head is really dropping to the floor, maybe stack your hands and let your forehead rest on those hands. All right, come on back up, table pose. So here's your choice, my loves. Either you're going to do exactly what we just did. You're going puppy stretch to half plank or down dog. Now, this one, right? Down dog to full plank. Slow, slow, slow. Shoulder injuries, you need to be very mindful here. So start in your solid, wonderful downward facing dog. Good. When you're ready, you're going to slowly float those shoulders over the wrists until you're in plank. I've seen people do this fast. It is not a good idea. This is slow work, everybody. Drop the knees at any point. Here we go. Down dog, super slow. Exhale as you go. Inhale, super slow to plank. Exhale, down dog. We're only got one left. Inhale, plank. Breathe. Lower the knees. Child's pose or anything else, puppy stretch, whatever feels good. All right, come on up. Now, we're going to stay on the knees, but for my lovely friends, both in the room and not in the room, who cannot be on both knees at the same time, take 1 foot forward so that you're in a short lunge. And anybody who would like to do this version instead can go here instead of both knees on the floor. Okay. So I'll demo both ways so that so you know what you're kind of doing. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, take the arms back and lean back. So if you're on both knees, yep, say hello to your quads. Betty's already got it. You're here and you're just going to lean back to the point that your knee allows. And I'm telling you what, we're going to do that one because there's quite a stretch going on there. But stay here either way first. Exhale. Lean back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Betty, don't push. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We have one left, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Take both hands to your heart. Woo! Keep the hips pressing forward. Keep the chest moving back. Working those quads. And come on up. And just come to table pose for a moment. If your wrists are chatty, come into soft fist. We're just taking a break here. And then step your right foot forward. Take your hands to your knee. Find your breath. So already, right, stretch to that quad. We were just doing some strength work. So now we're doing a stretch. Arms go up. Exhale. Just see if you can lean back a little. Once again, if this hurts your knee, please don't do this. Just stay in a normal lunge. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lean back. We'll just do 3 on each side. Inhale forward. Exhale, lean back. Release. Simply switch sides. That was not part of the plan, but it really felt good. So I added it. So you're in an easy lunge, nothing too deep. When you're ready, take the arms up. Exhale, arms forward, lean back. Whoops. Inhale, forward, easy Betty. Exhale. Funny, this side's trickier. Inhale. Exhale, lean. Take your hands to your heart. Press the hips forward. Ooh. And up. And release. I know that was quite a bit, wasn't it? Lift your back knee, everybody. Step back to down dog. Shake all that out. Take your feet nice and wide. Walk your hands back. To move your blanket out of the way. Bend the knees, hands to knees, press it up. Shake, shake, shake that out. Take your blocks to the front of your mat. Take them up on high. and then stand nice and tall. Mountain pose. Just breathe. I'll turn forward for this one. Take the arms out to cactus. And then it's this whole thing of up, back, down, and release. So take them up, back, down. Good. Up, back, down. Last one. Back and down. And then take them out to cactus. The hands go behind the head. We did this laying down, remember? So the head is neutral. The elbows are leaning back. We're not pressing our hips forward or even our low ribs any more than we need to. It's a neutral pose where we stretch those elbows and then take them together and open, together, open. 3, squeeze, 4, and 5. Open them up, arms come out. Roll those shoulders back and down, everybody. Good. So you're pressing the back of the hands into an imaginary wall. Open the chest. Take them together. 1, 2, breathe. 3, look at all that light coming in. 4, woo. 5, turn them out, turn them up. We did all of this seated, up and down. 2, sorry, I meant to go all the way down. And up and down. Good. 4, down, and 5, whoo, and down, and then shake all that out. So it's really interesting when you're doing any movement, whether you're at the gym or you're in your yoga class. For me, I always think, what am I working on? All right. So we just did this. So here, this is kind of a neutral, right? If I were to turn the thumb down, it'd be an internal rotation. But we went from neutral to external to up, right, down, and neutral and down. So I'm always thinking about that. If you're moving through your yoga class and you're not like you're somewhere else, come on back. Bring yourself back to your poses every single time so that you are aware of what your body's telling you. Capiche? Okay. So come up to the front of your mat and find mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. I want you to take your hands to your heart, squat, little chair pose here. Belly tones in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale. Good, and up. Exhale. We got one left. Reach. Exhale, hold right here, right here. Good. Press the arms back, straighten the legs. Some, be careful here, my people. And then bend and bring it back to your heart. Lift the chest. Reach back. Legs can go straight. Bend the knees, hands to heart. Yep. And reach. And bring it in. To left. And reach. Yep. Last one. Bring it back. Hold. I know. Reach out. Chair pose. Bring the arms forward toward in front of the chest. Pull the shoulders back. Squeeze the belly. Press the feet away from each other isometrically. Stand all the way up. Exhale, release. Roll that out. Good. Let's take it all the way up. Exhale down to your blocks. Just breathe here. I just walked my feet back a little bit so that the blocks are a little more forward, have a little bit more space. Draw the elbows toward each other. So the blocks are up high. You should have some bent elbows. So instead of being out to the side, draw them in and then roll the shoulder blades down. And then press your hands into the blocks, not like, 30% maybe. Just press down, but keep the elbows training toward the middle so that they're parallel to each other. And then just let that go and feel free to come into a deeper forward fold. Keep the knees really soft, everybody. Come halfway up. Draw the elbows toward each other. Bend the elbows, press into your blocks. And then just soften and relax that. Come halfway up. Walk your left foot forward a little bit. Step your right foot back. Let's come into a nice high lunge. If you would rather have your back knee down, please do that. Squeeze that lower belly. Take your hands to the left knee. Bring that chest up and just slowly reach those arms up. And breathe. Back foot is straight. Make sure you're wide enough. You could probably go a little wider, sis. Yep. Breathe. The whole back of the body touches the wall behind you. Take the arms forward, turn the palms, and then just pull them back, whoop, so the elbows squeeze back. And then reach it forward, pull it back, pull forward, and back. We got two left. Reach, and back. Last one, reach, and back. Take the arms up. Exhale right to your blocks. We're simply going to switch sides. So step forward with your right foot, step back with your left foot. Again, high lunge, low lunge. Before I even lift, I tone that low belly. I give myself that core stability before I take my hands to my knee. And then press up if you can. And breathe. Take the arms to elbows out to cactus. Bring them in and out. And in, out. Go slow. Find that focus. This is 4 and 5. Stay with me. Take the hands behind, interlace, and just press back, but don't overly pull back. Just let the arms be heavy. Good. Arms up. Arms to your blocks. Push off and step forward. Bend both of your knees and come all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Good. Just shake that out. Good. Look how bright it is in here. Like, beep. All right. We're going to turn sideways on our mat, everybody. Have your blocks with you. And then turn sideways. Either way, sis. Yeah. I know. Good. And your feet are as wide as is comfortable for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take those hands to your blocks. Now, because our legs are wide, I would imagine that a lot of you got a lot of room here. If you do, go ahead and take your elbows down to your blocks. Otherwise, the hands stay on your blocks. Remember when we were seated and we had the strap around the legs? I want you to pull the legs apart as if you were pulling on a strap. Breathe here. Think about the whole nervous system thing. Been playing with that a bit, right? We get ourselves pretty hyped up, lots of stuff going on these days. We need these moments of stillness, of simply breathing to keep the nervous system healthy and responding normally. So we're just going to breathe. And then take your hands to your blocks and come halfway up. Press against that imaginary strap. Leave your left hand, I'm mirroring here, leave your left hand on the block, but walk the block forward one step. Take the right arm up. Don't overdo the arm. Just take it where it'll go. Release. Take that back to your block. Walk the left hand block back. Take the right hand block forward. Press down into that block and lift the other arm. And release. Both blocks come back to neutral. Lower down to your level. The elbows bend. Press into your blocks, everybody. Listen up. You're going to take the left foot, pivot it toward the short end of your mat, and then bend that back knee. Or sorry, bend the front knee. Your hands are still on your block, so this is a really awkward pose. We could call it that, awkward pose. So sis, the foot closest to me, and turn it toward me. Yep, Betty, you're okay. Whichever foot that is. Yep, turn toward me. So the front knee is bent. The front knee is rolling that front hip back some. Yep. Breathe. And then walk both of your blocks toward that short edge of your mat a little more. So now you're kind of sideways. Yep. Keep pressing the knee back. Keep rolling that front, what would be your front leg's hip back. You got it, Betty. And breathe. Good. Walk those blocks more, or walk the one block more so it's inside your front foot. Whichever foot is turned to the short edge is your front foot. Good. Keep pressing, everybody. So now we are in extended side angle, believe it or not, just awkward. Take the other hand to hip. If this feels too low, your hand comes up to that knee. Instead, take the top arm up. Breathe. The outer ribs soften down some. Extended side angle. This block can be inside or outside the foot, by the way. All right, release that upper hand. Take it back to your block. Take the block closest to your foot. Start to walk it. Walk it back to the middle. When you're pretty much in the middle, turn that foot back to the side. You got it. Same thing, other side. You're going to look at the other foot, start to turn it, walk the blocks. Bend that knee, try to square that front foot. Yep, keep walking the blocks. Keep walking until it feels like it makes sense in your body. And then take that block closest, put it to the inside of that foot. Your front hip has to roll back. Yep, that's it, sis. Good. Yep, Betty. See if you can still reach that front hip back some. Yep. Good. Now you're here. You can stay here or take that hand to your hip. Other hand maybe comes to the hip and then reaches up. Not hip, but knee. So that knee, that hand that's on the block can always come to the knee. Press through the legs, everybody. What are we working on? Soften those outer ribs down toward the others. Release that hand back to that other block. Start to walk yourself back to the middle. Soften down to a forward fold. And breathe. Press up halfway. Going back to that first side, start to turn the foot and bend the knee. I didn't address the other foot, but if your back foot is turned out at all, just make sure it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Start to walk the blocks. Yep, keep going until that block is to the inside of your foot again. You're here straight in the front leg. We're now in triangle. Your hand stays on the block unless that's too low. Your other hand comes to your hip. Shoulders are soft and back. Upper arm reaches up only if you want. Head is neutral or looking down. Don't look up. Squeeze that belly, everybody. Release the top arm. Bend your front knee. Both hands come back to your blocks. We're using these blocks kind of like training wheels. So start to walk them. Straighten that back, or what was your front foot. Straighten it to this long edge of your mat. Turn the other foot. Start to walk. You've got to bend that front knee in order to get that foot to straighten out. Once you're there, inside block goes to that, or the furthest block goes to your foot. Straighten the front leg. Notice I'm still got hands on both blocks. Once I feel secure here, I feel like I've got a decent triangle-ish. I'm going to take that hand to my hip, open up my chest, take the arm up. Triangle pose. Big deep breath, everybody. Hand comes back down. Bend that front knee. Start to walk at center. Whew. Turn both feet out. Bend the knees. Take your hands to your knees and come on up. Whew. Good. Shake that out, everybody. Go ahead and walk the feet in. All right, so we use those blocks like little training wheels for side angle and for triangle. We're now going to use those two blocks like training wheels for half moon. So if you want, I would be happy for you to get to a wall. I love the wall in half moon. And I can even demo it here. And Betty and Lynn, you can both go to a wall space, even right here. So if you have, and you don't need the wall, by the way, but if you have a wall, why not? So take those blocks where they were in front of you. Your feet are wide. You're going to take one foot, start to turn it out and bend the knee, just like we did before. Let me start with the foot I was starting with so that we're all on the same page. So I'm starting to turn that foot out. The knee is bent. The back foot is turned in mostly. And you can kind of see what's happening here, right? If you're at a wall, you're going to just want to lean into the wall. Maybe stay away from it just a little if you can. Now, the block closest to that foot, it's really not going to go to the inside like it did before. It needs to go forward and to the outside. So the block is against the wall. If you're using a wall, the back leg straightens, the hand goes to your hip, and you're in this beautiful half moon pose with the wall for your friend. If you are not using a wall, basically the same premise, right? And I'll just quickly kind of demo that. So if you're not using the wall, you're just here. You've got your training wheels. If you feel comfortable, let go. If you don't, keep your hand on the training wheel. Whoop. There we go. And then release. And come on back to the middle. Come on up for a moment. How'd that go, girls? Good? Yeah. Love the wall for half moon. Seriously good stuff. All right, same thing, other side. You're going to come down into a forward fold. Your hands are on your blocks. You're going to start to turn the other foot and bend the knee. Start walking those blocks. You want that turned foot to be straight forward. Good. When you're ready, keep one hand on the block, take the other block and just reach it forward. If you're at the wall, the block can be right up against the wall. So sis, your front block should go outside your front foot, and forward a bunch. Yep. And then we lift up. I got one hand on each block. I'm going to think about it. Can I open up the hips? Can I take my hand to my hip and open up the chest? And can I take the arm up? And breathe. And release. Oh. And just step it down. Bend the knees. Come on up. Grab one block. Take that block between the legs. Give it a squeeze. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So what's neat about that, if you were to look back at the class, you could do all three of those on one side, just playing with the blocks along the way, right? And I just find the blocks really helpful, especially for half moon. The wall is a kind of nice thing too. So squeeze the block, ground the feet, feel the low pubic bone tone up. The shoulders are soft and back. I'm not over squeezing. They're just soft and back. And then imagine again if you were standing at the wall, back of the head, back of the sacrum, shoulders maybe. For those who have a bit of upper rounding, be mindful because often the back of the head won't touch. And you don't want to make it touch because then you're like this. Okay. So just be mindful, allow your spine to be, and release that. Shake it all out. Whew. Good. You can put that right up, back up toward the front of your mat. We're going to be coming back to that blanket. We're coming to the floor and back to our blanket. So if it's nearby, just kind of, if it's not nearby, just bring it nearby and we'll grab it in a second. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And breathe here. Your hands can be on your blocks. You don't have to be all the way down. So just be supported somewhere, fingertips to blocks or floor. And then soften, step back to down dog. Maybe notice the down dog. How does it feel? And lower those knees to the floor. And release. So you're going to take that blanket of yours and you're going to put it back where it was, back into that small burrito. Go with the wide edge, not the short edge. So Sissy, yep. So take the wide edge of your blanket and roll it twice. And put it back on your blanket, but not all the way up at the head. It's probably going to come, I don't know, almost, well, you'll figure it out. And you're going to lay on it on your belly. If your bladder is full, this won't feel good. So maybe go pee and come back. Probably not supposed to say that in a yoga class, right? But you should feel your pubic bone, your belly, center line of your belly, belly button, ribs, all the way up to maybe part way up the sternum or that chest bone. And then just relax for a moment. Let your head rest on the backs of your hands. Your elbows are out to the side. And just find your breath here. Let the legs relax, like let the pelvis spill over your blanket. And breathe. And let everything settle. Good. And then start to align the legs again. So come back so that the kneecaps are centered. Maybe the legs are slightly wider so they're on either side of that blanket. Press into the blanket with your pubic bone as if you could pull your belly button away from the blanket and come up to Sphinx pose. So simple back bend for most, but for some, not great, right? If you have low back issues or stenosis, this can be a really tender place to be. In that case, you would either fold your blanket in half again and bring the hips even higher, or walk the elbows forward so that you are not in such a back bend. Please trust your body here. But I'm going to really reach the bottom edge of that pubic bone into the blanket and try to peel my belly off of it, even if it doesn't lift off. And breathe. If you are good here, stay here. If you think you have more movement, it is about lengthening that low back. Press into your hands and just lift the elbows, but keep the elbows soft. Yep. The hands are shoulders width apart. The elbows are soft and they're training back in toward the center. So I'm not letting them splay out. I'm drawing them in, bending the elbows, pressing the pubic bone way down the edge of the blanket. And then slowly lower to Sphinx, slowly lower all the way down. And breathe. Okay, so one more like that. Before you lift up, you're anchoring the bottom edge of that pubic bone down, as if you could press your upper inner thighs into that blanket, like you're really reaching and the whole low back gets long. You're going to press up into your elbows, your shoulders, hands are shoulders width apart, and peel the belly button away from the floor. Hold here. Remember, the legs are active, tops of the feet pressed to the floor. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to lift the elbows. Or 3, you're going to slide the hands back, squeeze the elbows to your side, and lift up into a more traditional cobra. The head is neutral. The pubic bone is reaching for that bottom edge of the blanket. The belly is toned in. The elbows are hugging your side. You're in cobra pose. Don't muscle this. This should all be about pressing away from the blanket as opposed to pressing the arms strong. All right, slow, 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 lower, lower, lower until you are all the way back down. Let your head rest in your hands and breathe. Good. 1, you are done with this. Just stay here. 2, this one is just for fun. Take the legs even wider. Take the arms to cactus. Lift the legs, lift the arms. I always feel like Spider-Man here or Superman. Breathe. Reach the legs, reach the elbows, but don't overarch. You're still pressing that pubic bone down, balancing on the blanket, and let it go. Good. Everybody pick one side and just roll off the blanket until you are on your side body. Just going to move the blanket out of the way, but you can keep the form and roll to one side. Bend the knees to 90 degrees. Either your blanket or your arm or a block is your pillow. So make sure the head is neutral and not dropping all the way to the floor. Big deep breath. Pause. All right, you're going to open up the top knee. And then you're going to keep on going. Keep that arm or hand behind your head. Open up wide. Take the opposite arm to a cactus. So it's this weird kind of, it's almost like a Baddha Konasana, almost like a twist, almost like a chest opener. It's this just weird little thing here. And then bring the knee across, bring the arm across, come back into your side. Just one more like that. You're opening the knee, you're opening that arm. Everything is just opening where it'll go. And then curl it all back in. This time, keep the knees together, just the arm. So more traditional twist. Your head is soft in your hand as long as that feels good. My nose is pointing up toward the ceiling. It's a big chest opener again as we work with those chest muscles. Deep breath. Close the eyes. And then bring that elbow arm back across your back on your side. And then everybody roll over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're on your side, your arms making a nice pillow. When you're ready, the knees are at 90. Just lift the top knee. Start to open up to the side. And that knee can go as far away as it wants. I'm gazing over to that side. And then curl it all back in. Good. One more open. And close. And this one, we keep those knees together and just open the arms, coming into a much more traditional twist. That arm that's out to the side, opening up the chest. Soften the jaw. Keep the head as neutral as you can. And then close it all up. All right, we are ready for Shavasana, everybody. So choose your position, most traditionally on your back, but if that's really uncomfortable, you can lay on your side or your belly. I am taking my rolled up blanket and just putting it underneath my thighs to give me a little softness there. The arms straighten. Palms are face up or the palms are resting on your belly. Oh, the head is neutral. And we once again find the breath and the stillness and the quiet. And we send a message to our nervous systems that it can relax and trust and rest. Allow the soft movement of the breath and surrender to everything else. Soften down. Soften even more. For those of you who are ready, start to deepen the breath. Start to wiggle the toes, maybe bend the knees. Draw the knees up toward your chest. Rock the knees side to side and then allow the knees to roll to one side or the other. Curl over in fetal pose. And when you're ready, come all the way up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart, bow to your own inner strength, your inner balance, and your willingness to keep an open heart. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thanks for coming to class, everybody.